Here's a quick walk-around video of the Artcurial sale at Retromobile Paris 2025. This Artcurial auction is one of 3 auctions at the show itself, although it's the only one of the 3 that is actually within the show. RM Sotheby's and Bonhams have also got sales on, but they're outside the show. Bonhams in particular is a little bit away and was already happened, and RM Sotheby's has already happened, but you had to have entry early for those. This sale itself is chock full of some really quite amazing cars. As you can see now, there's a whole selection of red Maseratis, from a Bora to a Camzin to an Indy, and also Marek SS. I don't know if they're all from one vendor or they're from different vendors, but it makes quite a nice little lineup. Also later on in the sale, you've got Bentleys, Jags, Alphas, Mercedes, some lovely Porsches including 911s and 356s, and there's some Ferraris including a 250 Lusso, a 275, and so many others, to be honest. There's a really nice mixture of cars. I'm a particular fan of this E50 and also the little Alfa Zagato behind it. And out of anything that I would really like to take home, there's a little Flaminia, which is quite a pretty little thing, and this 911 just in front of you here too. Further back in the auction, there's a 300 SL Gullwing. There is something really for everyone wealthy, is what I would say. These aren't necessarily the classics for the ordinary person or the person who's got some money aside to have a fun weekend toy, but they're for serious collectors and people who want something of everything. This is a higher calibre auction than you'd usually see in the UK, with a wider variety of both makes and models. The condition is generally good for everything. There's a couple of cars that are a little bit more project status or a bit more user status, but generally everything is really quite nice. It's really nice to come to a sale that's got such a high calibre of cars, as I said, that we don't really get to see in the UK, and I would definitely recommend it for anyone who's looking for something interesting or likes going to an auction. I really wish I'd been able to go to RM Sotheby's and Bonhams, but as I said, they'd both closed before I got here, and Bonhams in particular in the Grand Palais had to be out before the auction day itself, which I didn't know until I got here. And I really wish I'd seen the orange over orange over orange over orange Aston Martin they had, which, if you haven't had a look online, go and have a look. It's got an orange grille, orange wheels, orange interior, orange steering wheel, orange paintwork. It's rather brilliant in my eyes, but it's a particular car for a particular kind of person, and most people may think it's a bit too much. I'm curious to see how well this sale does in compared to the other sales, and also in compared to the market in general, but there are tens of millions of pounds worth of cars in this auction alone, and if you look at the sales in general, that number only increases. And if you look at Retromobile, it's in the hundreds of millions of pounds. If you get a chance to go to the show and have a look at some of the dealer stands like Joe Macari and the others, they have some really quite rare and fantastic cars, as you'd expect from them, that you just don't get to see in many places, because they're often in collections and hidden away from public life. And you can actually get onto some of these stands as well, which is quite nice, and Fiskens and everyone else. I really quite like this Maserati Ghibli just in front as well. Such a beautiful design. This is far above and beyond what I could afford, but it's one of those one-day hopes that you could drive away in one of these absolute beauties, although I suspect you'd probably take it away on a truck and putting it somewhere nice and dry and warm rather than actually using it.